Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brownwater Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey K.
That's what he says it is, but we still haven't seen any proof. We got a good show for you in the studio. We have some gentlemen here that's going to be talking about the first annual Fishing for Toys. They're going to be raising, it's a fishing tournament to raise money for toys for children in need.
Just toys.
Toys.
The money is going to be strictly back towards the tournament.
Okay. All right. We're going to jump into all that here in just a second. But before we do, we have to thank the people that keep the lights on for us over here at the Brownwater studio right out of the gate. Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. If you're looking for a great local dentist, he is located on Washington Avenue in Ocean Springs. You can look him up on the socials at Southern Magnolia Smiles on Facebook or Instagram. And your 2025 is almost over with, Joey. You got, what is that?
Something else.
21 more days. 2025 is year to brush up
I'm not counting now.
So give him a book the consultation. You give him a shout at 228-215-1202 and tell him Brownwater sent you. If you need legal representation for any reason, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is the one for you right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's our buddy Tyler in the photo right there. They are in Jackson County, George County, and Greene County. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanor, DUI, family law, divorce, child custody, BUI, you name it. So if you need someone to fight tooth and nail for you, you can give them a shout and book a consultation with them as well. 228-696-0111. And again, tell them Brownwater sent you. It's probably late enough in the year to call it a New Year's resolution now if you want to start working out and getting back in the gym.
For next year?
For next year, yeah. You just be ahead of the game now instead of way behind the game.
Early.
That's right. That's right. Forever Young, Men and Women's Health is the one for you. They are located right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I think Kendra's got one in Gulfport. He's got one in Ocean Springs. He's doing all kind of stuff.
That dude's everywhere. He's on news. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's making moves, man. I love it. Look him up on Facebook, Forever Young Men and Women's Health. Their motto is bringing medicine, health, and exercise together to help men and women live their best lives. That's a mouthful right there. But you booked a consultation with him. You go in there. He's going to draw some blood, do some lab work, see if you're vitamin deficient, see if you're hormone deficient. He specializes in testosterone replacement for both men and women. Go check his Facebook page out. He's got a lot of testimonials and informational videos on there, and it's really cool. So give him a call at 228-363-6623. And again, tell him Brownwater sent you. Did I beat you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like a drum.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, let me cue this up right quick, and we got it. Gentlemen, first off, thank y'all for being here this evening to come talk to us. We really appreciate it. This is a great cause. I want to jump right into it. But like I told you, I'm going to put the flyer up. That way, everybody that's watching right out of the gate, we've waited till the end before, and that is not the way to do it. What we're going to be talking about is the first annual Fishing for Toys. It's presented by the Fishers of Men Bible Study, which we're going to get into that. Let me see here. It is going to be December the 20th. Am I reading that right?
Yes,
From
sir.
12 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yep.
Okay. Scales open at 5, and they're open from 5 to 6. Winners will be announced at 7. This is at Saltwater Fabricators in Ocean Springs. The captain's meeting will be the day before the tournament, which is December 19th at 5 p.m. I'm trying to read all this. It's real tiny writing. Entry fee per angler is $50 and one unwrapped toy. So that's super cool. Prizes will be awarded for Sheephead, Redfish, and Speckled Trout. Fish local waters only. First place is going to be giving away $1,000. Second place is going to be giving away $550, and third place is giving away $150. So the payouts are based on 100 registered anglers. Price is subject to change based on number of participants. Okay, cool. So I got that out of the way. Now we're going to break it down to what all this is about, why we're doing it, and let's start by introducing yourselves and how y'all are affiliated with the with this tournament.
Yeah. So basically, it's all Mr. Pat here. He came in with this. These families were needing a good Christmas.
Right.
They needed help. He's been dealing with these families for a long time, and he kind of reached out to us at the Bible study, and I was sitting there, and I've always been on the other end of the fishing tournaments. I've always fished them,
right,
and participated. So I just felt that it was my time. I was like, hey, Mr. Pat, I was like, what about a fishing tournament? Maybe that'll draw in some toys. They used to do it back in the day, back in like 2015 and stuff. And, it kind of fell off after COVID. Nobody's really done it since then. And I always remember it always did pretty good.
Right.
And that's whenever I got Mr. Pat, and we just made it work. We're working the kinks out. It's our first time, first time.
Yeah.
Toby over here, my business partner, he's kind of helping me out with it. He's kind of doing the narrating and all the electronic stuff with it, and typing stuff out.
Gotcha.
So
shout out your business real quick.
It's Southern Specialties Contracting.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Ocean
So that
Springs.
y'all work together doing that?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Now you reached out to them and just said you needed something to help these families that were in need during like the Christmas time.
Right. So I have a program at the Pascagoula Police Department. I'm a captain at the Pascagoula Police Department, and I'm over field services, but we also believe in community policing. So we saw a need that there was a lot of at-risk teens
Right.
dealing with a lot of stuff and really nobody to lean into and giving them guidance. And in the time over the past couple of years dealing with the teens, been dealing with a lot of their moms. 80% of the teens that we deal with, there's no dads in the pictures. And Christmas is a really tough time when you're struggling when you're on the struggle bus financially.
Right.
And
that adds a lot of stress to what those women I'm sure are already going through.
Oh
right?
man, I learned a lot just from last night talking to some of these women. It's
you look at some people and you realize that you got it way better than you.
Oh man. And then we're all in the U.S., so even the ones of us that are struggling have it way better than people that don't live in the United States, right? So we take all this for granted. I'm the most guilty of that for sure. So that's a good point. That's a good point. So go ahead.
So I've been I was blessed with being able to become a member of the Fisher of Men, and it's a great men's group. And I love explaining it to everybody.
Go ahead, do it.
It's a bunch of guys from all kinds of different backgrounds. And honestly, you could picture all these guys probably in a bar fight somewhere. You know what I mean?
Somewhere, if it was a different kind of
Unfortunately,
situation.
I've been to a few of those in my job. But
Probably a good bar fight.
Right. But the great thing is you see all these like manly men, but they all check their egos at the door, and everybody just comes in.
That's our favorite motto: is check your ego at the door.
Yeah. Facts.
Okay.
And was able to, and Joel's our pastor there.
Joel.
We're able.
Oh yeah, we went to high school with Joel.
Okay,
We graduated with Joel.
So y'all know
Yellow
Joel.
Joe.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
But had just saw a need and brought it to my brothers at Fishers of Men, man, and they jumped on it. And God will always provide. That's a fact.
Yep.
And saw the need, and everybody just kind of piled on. And last night we were very blessed. We had a dinner where we provided at Brady's. They were awesome.
Oh yeah.
Had dinner with all these moms, the moms with their kids, and then after dinner we sat down and had dinner with everybody, get to know everybody, and then we all took them to Walmart. And we went Christmas shopping.
Sweet. We went crazy.
Yeah. Some of us are in a little more
man.
trouble than others.
Okay.
Now this is his own pocket Christmas shopping.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
we didn't get. We got a couple sponsors,
but it was
we
just
went over
wanting to pay it forward.
Yeah,
I've been
absolutely.
very blessed.
It was for the kids.
And then but the big deal is we have the fishing tournament coming up, and these fellas, man, they're like, they had the inspiration, and basically with the Law Enforcement Invested in Teens program, we have some neighborhoods or some housing projects in Pascagoula, and the idea is that they're going to bring in all the presents, and we plan on going through these neighborhoods, slow rolling.
Sweet. Like Santa Claus.
And the officers,
with the lights.
the officers will be able to pass out these gifts to each child as they come out, just to bless them and put a good image and good opportunity for them to see good men doing good things.
Exactly.
Dang, that's awesome.
And also building relationships with the police
Exactly.
department.
We've talked about that on the show before, and I don't remember we talked about Ledbetter being in here and Matt Haley.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was one of their like things that they wanted to.
I think it was
to-
something outreach.
Correct. Like you had a word for it. I forget what you said. Engaging with the community without.
Community policing.
There you go. Okay. There you go.
Big proponent of it.
Yes.
And
is that something that you focus on?
We do.
Your role.
And it's kind of my role, but I work for some here. I say I work for them, but the officers, they're my absolute heroes. These the guys and gals are something else. And if I can just brag on them for a second.
Yes, no, absolutely.
And if I can explain it this way, these young men and women, one, they all have their own fears. anybody says they're not afraid of something, is not being honest, but they face their own fears to go face other people's fears.
Absolutely.
And any call that they go to, we handle about 3,500 calls for service a month at City of Pascagoula. We're busy. We have big city crime in a little area, but we have a great relationship with our community. But any one of those calls that the officers go to, these amazing men and women, they could either take a life, they could lose their life, they could lose anything that they ever worked for, or they could even lose their freedom.
That's right.
And they still do it. They're amazing. And if that doesn't describe what a hero is, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I heard somebody describe it one time too. Is like there's only a few professions.
Leonard,
I don't know of any that civil professions where you have to wear a bulletproof vest to go to work. Right, military would be the only one. That's not civil that I can think of.
But it's a fact, and they're just amazing. And let me tell you, they're all built different: tall, short, skinny, fat, male, female. You know what I mean? Different backgrounds, different educations, but they all show up for to be selfless. And to be honest with you, being a cop is being selfless. And they love programs like this when they get to interact with the kids, because when it's all said and done, kids are not responsible for the situation that they were born into or the situation that they're dealing with.
That's correct.
I heard a school teacher in Atlanta, and she was amazing. She told these inner city students that she had, she said, "You're born looking like your mom and dad, but you die looking like your personal choices."
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And that was so deep.
You choose your choices, but not your consequences.
And I love when we are able to go out there and be a good representation of good men and good officers for our men and women in law enforcement, but also the community, to come out and say, hey, we got you, and we're somebody you can lean into. Yeah. And these guys are just with the fishing.
I live in Ocean Springs.
It's huge.
Hopefully we can do something and get all the cities together.
Yeah, well, I loved what you're talking about, though, because I mean that makes it to where every interaction that you have with the community is not always necessarily a negative one, right?
Exactly. And that's what I was going to ask: has the pendulum come back around? Because at one time it was everybody against the police, and now
it's not so much down here, though, right?
Was it? Oh man. Well, it just seemed like a
overall
traffic stop. It just seemed like
everybody's an attorney now.
Everybody just. Man,
I mean, right?
And y'all are the bad guys instead of the good guys.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If people would just follow lawful commands, you know what I mean? Yeah. You have people that are in law enforcement that are just people, man, and they're just trying to do their job,
right?
And they're trying to be polite and courteous, and they're just trying to.
It's like, I'm a human, dude.
And everybody,
you're speeding, bro.
It is what it is, but the fact is, Pascagoula is pretty good. Our community is awesome. And our relationships, I think it's also the culture you develop, though, and our morale. Our culture and our morale, that takes effort, and little things like please and thank yous cost you nothing, but they go so far,
right?
And that's just like, these guys have a selfless heart. They have a servant's heart. That's why they're putting on this fishing tournament, so we can get presents for these kids. But we're going to have the Gula Grinch. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Pretty famous in Pascagoula.
Okay. Yeah.
But the Gula Grinch is going to be there. But the officers being able to hand these presents out, whether it's soccer balls or, whatever it is, to the kids as they come out. That's a great morale builder, and it's also a great community builder. But it's also, some of these kids, it might be the only gift they're getting that year.
Yeah, right.
And to be part of that is huge.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah. I like that. I worked at Pascagoula for 4.5 years. I loved it over there.
Yes,
but I took trauma calls, so I know what you're talking about, what you're referring to over there. With
yes, sir.
So you see some things. So it's good to know that the police department over there is not only keeping everybody safe, but also trying to build the community in that way, right?
Exactly.
Being a cop isn't just putting handcuffs
on
that's
people.
What I'm saying. And sometimes you just need to sit down next to somebody and listen to them. They might just have their worst day at that time, and they just need somebody to listen to them. And police officers wear so many hats, and they handle so many different calls, and it's just, like I said, when they get a chance to do back for the community or give back to the community, it's amazing.
I'm sure it's very rare that y'all get to go to a call where people are happy.
No.
You know what I mean? It's kind of the nature of the job.
We just got in a wreck, but we're all
everybody's
friends.
great.
Yeah,
It's like,
we're
no,
happy.
it's usually not a good situation when y'all are there. But that's good to have these programs. So we've mentioned it a few times, but let's talk about the Fishers of Men and how that got started.
So basically, I'm going to use my phone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Go ahead.
Joel, he couldn't be here tonight. He's preaching tonight.
Well,
for the
it
service.
started with just like 4 or 5 people. At Vincent's,
it was
right?
Vincent.
Yeah.
I think it was Vincent, Joel. I think Dylan Campbell-John, Corey Champagne,
and Jose.
Jose that does roofing. It was just those guys. That was it. It started right there in Vincent's office, right in the front, right there. And Vincent's my brother-in-law.
Okay.
So
he's been on the show early in the show. That's been 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
Only person ever to come on with a welder's hat.
Also
oh yeah. That's it. He's still wearing it right now.
Facts.
But yeah, man, Vincent's my brother-in-law, and me and him, we got close and talked. We went. Me and him just kind of butting heads a little bit about some stupid stuff. We went and sat down with the pastor and talked and kind of made ends meet with each other. And then all of a sudden he started doing that. And then I seen him and I was like, told Toby, I was like, man, we need to go get in on this. Cause Toby was actually brought me to the church with Joel. Joel, was preaching and stuff, and Toby was going to church there.
Okay.
And
what church is that?
It's Emmanuel Baptist in Ocean Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen some of his videos. I also work with his sister at the hospital.
Cherie.
Yeah. So I see her share some things. Joel shares. Did she really?
That's Corey. How Corey's into it.
Yeah. I was having some health issues, man, and
she got you squared away.
Man, like last minute, like I hit up Corey and was like, hey, man, I got some health issues going on. And he was like, man, let me see if she's got an opening. And she was booked out and she
made it happen.
And I was blessed, man. Amen. So I was like, thank God, and it wasn't nothing serious.
Okay.
So got it straightened out. But yeah, like me and Vincent, so we started going to church, and then the Bible study came about. So we went down there and me and Toby kind of started going, and they didn't really have a cook, there was a couple people was cooking. So I told Toby, I was like, man, I like to cook. So
I like to, if you like to eat, you like to cook.
Yeah, you really like to do right here.
Yeah.
Man,
I just hopped right in with it. And then here recently, Toby, maybe 4 weeks ago, I think we've never fried fish. You know what I mean? Like it's Fishers of Men.
Right.
It's based out of the verse of the Bible.
Correct.
But we figured, why are we not eating fish? You know what I mean? So me and Toby was like, just like start frying fish. So we started getting catfish, husk puppies, and side of potato salad. And me and Toby's just been kind of stuck on that. That's our thing that we do there. We make sure everybody gets food, gets fed.
There's nobody hungry.
No, man. We got sweets and Tato nut.
Oh my goodness.
Tato nut. They donate us donuts.
It don't matter who
leftover donuts. I mean, it's
Joel's wife makes the best cookies.
Oh man, those
really?
They're blessed. I tell everybody. I'm like, man, these are the pastor's wife's cookies.
Got a little Jesus dust on it.
From the Lord. Yeah, of course they're going to taste good.
They're amazing, and I tell him that every time to make sure he tells me that.
So go ahead. Yeah.
Well, Joel, even in high school, he knew his path. I remember walking. He was in high school walking around with a Bible. I'm like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
and he can run. That dude could.
Yeah, he was a cross-country guy.
I mean, he jumps 6 foot in the air at church all the time. Man, look at this guy.
When I first started going to the church, it was just really a handful of people there.
Oh man, it's grown.
Yeah,
man, it's amazing to me because Vincent was the one. He would text me every Saturday night. I see you in the morning, right?
Yeah,
I see you in the morning, right? And I was like, I'll be there.
We all need friends like that. We all need a friend like that.
I'm telling you, man, like I wasn't going to church a lot. I mean, I'm a very religious person. I have a testimony and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when I started going back towards
life gets you, man.
The Lord, and going to church and doing this Bible study and doing these things, man, just the weight that's lifted off of me. Just so much stress I didn't realize that I didn't
carrying.
Not only
it's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Not only is it the relationship with the Lord, but even our relationship as business partners and best friends.
Man, you really, and it kind of sucks in a way, but you try to pass off and get people to come and do things with you, and you're really working hard at getting those guys. It's not really where they need to be in life. You're trying to draw them in and get them to come back. And you're like, come on, man, you're getting out too far, you know. And,
well, that's another thing that's good about Fishers of Men. We're not at a church. You know, we're not confining everybody to a church and making them feel like, you know, you have, you know, we have people coming there that don't even go to church. They come to the Bible study.
Well, I mean, it's an outreach, you know,
because of that word church. It has a lot of like preconceived notions for people. I forget his name, but the guy who was doing the walk that came in here, that walked from with the cross. No, he didn't have the cross. He had just a buggy, but I forget where he started.
The buggy,
he had the buggy, went all the way through Ocean Springs, all that Florida.
I picked him up in Ocean Springs.
But he came in here and he talked about that. He was a career criminal. He'd been in and out of prison a lot. And he talked about
church means a cult, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what he said. He had tattoos. He said every time I ever went to church, I felt judged. He said I never liked it. And then I guess I don't remember the story completely. Go watch the episode. But somehow God got brought into his life in the right way. And then he heard the message, and that changed his life.
Doing what we're doing, because
that would be the Holy Spirit.
Right. Correct.
And a lot of these guys that are there, and even myself, you know, we're not perfect by no means. We're learning. We're still learning. I mean, I'll be honest with you, sitting right here, I've never read the Bible from the beginning to the end.
Right.
You know, I'm trying. I'm learning. You
same,
know,
and it's hard to do, especially without context.
Exactly.
It really takes a lot.
Life is hard. You got a lot going on, and you're trying to find time. So me and Toby, you know, we found time where we'll just be driving, you know, going to a job or something. We'll try to jump in and get something in, you know.
Listen on the radio, you know.
That's the only way I can do it. ADD is it's tough to read.
It's hard.
Audiobooks, man, it's a real thing.
But I got a message.
Go ahead. Fire that off real quick.
So
you said he's preaching tonight. That's what.
Vincent's actually there with him too. Vincent does like a youth ministry up there.
Yeah, they're doing
they do the Sunday school thing.
A service and it's a school and after for the kids.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this is from Pastor Joel at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Fishers of Men is a ministry based out of Emmanuel Baptist Church. We started this ministry to reach out to men to share saving gospel of Jesus Christ with them. This was to help men come to faith and salvation in Jesus Christ and grow them in their relationship with God. It's so vital for men to step into the calling that God has for them, to be the husband that loves his wife as Christ loved the church and gave his life for her, and to be the father that deeply cares for his children and raises them up in the love and instruction of the Lord. We started as a group of men doing Bible study and a discipleship at Emmanuel Baptist Church, but then we moved to Vincent Broil's shop, Saltwater Fabrications. Mm-hmm. When we met there the night at Saltwater Fabrications, we had 5 men, and it was a blessing to get into the Word of God and pray together. But Joel and Vincent realized by God's grace that this could not be more than just a few men getting together, doing Bible study and praying together. It could become an outreach to all men, no matter where they go to church, even if they've never been to church. This was to bless the men and their families so that the men are raising up and leading their families godly, and men and shining the light of gospel in their homes, in their churches, in their businesses, and everywhere they go. Joshua 1:9 says, I have not commended you. Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you and wherever you go. Joshua 1:9 still. So God is calling us as men to be strong and courageous, to lead our families in following Jesus, and we don't have to be afraid because God is with us wherever we go. Joel and Vincent talked about the group and realized that it could be called Fishers of Men, based out of Matthew 4:19, where Jesus tells the men who would become his disciples, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. As Joel and Vincent prayed, they believed this ministry could reach a lot of men. So from that point, Vincent put a post together on Facebook, and we just started by faith. And by the next meeting, we had over 40 men gathered together.
It's crazy.
To get into God's word, to pray for one another, and to help one another in the Lord. And God has saved men's lives with gospel. Men have gotten baptized, my brother being one of them. Healing and taking place in marriages and families, helping my family in my marriage. And now we just brought a number of families in need to a nice dinner. That's where he wanted to put that in there. at Brady's, and we went Christmas shopping to get the kids mother's gifts for Christmas, partnering with Mr. Pat and Pascagoula Police Department. We're also doing a fishing tournament to help bless. There's 96 other kids, I think, Mr. Pat, or in that range.
About
Might
90.
be more, about 90 more kids
About
that we got.
90.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can always find some more.
There's
always some more laying around
that's the thing.
somewhere.
I mean, look,
I got phone calls
if 1,000
today.
people show up. I mean,
got
that's
phone calls
1,000
today.
boys we get to pass out through the community. You
That's
know,
right.
so
I got a couple
Those
phone calls
guys will
today
win.
from a couple moms. They
Really?
couldn't make it last night, and they're like, "Hey," and
So,
we're still going to accommodate them.
Yeah,
Of
I mean,
course.
I'll be honest. I was blessed growing up.
Yeah.
I always got what I wanted. Not being, spoiled, but
Right.
I never had to go without.
Right.
My mom and dad always worked hard. My ancestors made sure they worked hard, and
If mom and dad didn't give it, grandparents did.
That's right.
that's
a good family. That's what you
we
want.
went through last night. I've never went through that.
Mhm.
So just seeing that mom pull up in that vehicle that was just falling to pieces, and her kids getting out, and they just barely had shoes on, and they're sharing shoes and this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, man, this is crazy.
These fellas are something else, though, man.
I'm way better off than what I
Right.
thought I really was,
Right.
and that's the thing. Everybody's chasing a dollar.
That's what
but,
me and him were talking about.
these people are chasing the next meal, or
We're-
you know what I mean?
we all try to keep up with our lifestyle. They just trying,
exactly.
They're just trying
That's
to survive.
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
we're
very
just trying
humbling.
to keep up with our lifestyle.
Do,
we live,
do, do these the members of the community that are benefit from? Do they reach out to y'all directly? How does that initiation or contact
It
work?
usually starts because I started because I was dealing with the kids.
The kids, right.
Something
Okay.
would happen. Also, it's amazing, especially moms and grandmas. They always want to bring their kids to the police department to have somebody talk to them because there just isn't a guy in their life that can have that talk with them, or
You don't straighten up, I'll bring you to the police. I'll bring you to the cops.
and I can't tell you how many Scared Straight programs.
Well, like even good stuff too, like Mr. Dana, he brings Jason there too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like Mr. Dana Sanders,
Yeah,
y'all know him.
super cool.
Yeah,
guy.
she's great,
Wonderful.
wonderful. I love Mr. Dana, but his son, like it could be for that.
His son
just anything,
comes and he just sits in dispatch and watches the dispatcher, and
That's cool.
Yeah.
and I
It's
give
what
hard
he's
time.
doing with the handicap fishing.
Oh,
it's
man.
unbelievable.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
it's killer.
hands down. Like
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, his kid's in a
blessed him,
wheelchair, and
too.
he's got a Carolina skiff that he's
Yeah.
moved
Yeah.
the console over, and his kid sits right next to him, and he's
Yeah.
bringing other kids.
Super
Kind of like
cool.
Zach was doing, right? Russian
who?
was doing that. He was
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah,
some
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Dana's doing it like
Yeah.
for real.
He,
Yeah,
dude,
like-
it like
He's got like
kind
special
of like what we
tie
did.
downs in
Yeah,
the boat.
like,
Gotcha.
Just drive
He-
into it.
It was a thought process for him, and then he just
Made it happen.
made it happen, and like people came to him with it. I think he was wanting to come on here and talk to y'all about it.
Yeah.
So
Put him in contact with us.
maybe this is outreach for him
Yeah.
to pick up. Yeah.
So Dana actually went to C school with me.
Oh,
and
really?
He had
Oh,
a
cool.
setback to where he had to come back and do it. But if you ever talk to Dana, Dana's not like he don't want to be out there.
No,
like
no, no, no.
for him to even hear his name tonight, he's probably like,
yeah. Oh,
"Oh,
what is-
son of a gun," you know what I'm saying?
Very
A
humble.
real religious guy too. He's also a real
yeah,
religious
big
guy.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
telling us like
Wonderful.
he had people like reach out and donate. Like,
He
full
came
paid
to
charters. for
our
people.
Bible study a couple times too.
Okay.
He showed up. He brought Jason, and actually it was kind of funny last night.
He was there.
He was there, and he didn't even know about the meeting
Yeah.
of us eating there or nothing. It was just like God led him there.
Okay.
We just ended up, him and his son was here. They're working, doing some wetland delineation stuff for that new RV park. No RV park OS.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. He's
Well,
out there doing some stuff.
so you bring up a good point though that you see a lot is that like kids, especially young men, young boys,
Yes.
as they
Yeah,
become men,
So
they need a strong male figure in their life, whether people want to believe that or not. Whether you think that they like, no, you don't understand this kid. It's like, no, they need discipline and they
Yes.
need a strong male figure in their
just
life.
to keep
right.
it 100.
Yep.
We usually deal with young people that are either making poor choices or decisions.
Exactly.
Correct.
And most of like the aggravated crimes or the gun violence that we deal with are usually young males
Right.
between ages of 15 and 22.
Yep.
And they don't typically have good male role models, or they're listening to the dope boys down the street that are, wanting them to do their dirty work. And
they want to prove themselves.
And
they want to show that they
do.
That's it.
And they're,
which is normal, which is a good thing if you're doing it in a good way.
Their priority, and I tell everybody, you can hustle.
Right.
You can hustle for good.
Right.
You can hustle for bad.
Yeah. Put that energy to a positive thing.
I believe, that some of these young folks are just, man, they want somebody in their life that just says, hey, I believe in you.
That's right.
And you're doing good and I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to tell them, I'm like, man, don't let anybody in your life and don't listen to anybody. One, if it's somebody you won't take advice from, you won't go up and ask for advice. Don't listen to their opinion. Because if you wouldn't trust their advice, why are you going to listen to their opinion?
Yeah.
And if somebody's always trying to bring you down, it's like crabs in a bucket.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If somebody's always trying to pull you down, they're not the ones.
Nope.
And you have to separate yourself. And you don't want to.
That's kind of what
you don't want to hang out
Fishes
there.
of men, you know what I mean? Like some guys ain't wanting to let go of those reins, you know, but like just come over here and get you something, man. I'm telling you,
that goes for anything.
It's worth
But
it,
last night, just to see these guys last night, kind of get out of their comfort zone. I'm a cop. I have to be able to go talk to anybody anytime, any situation.
Right.
It is what it is. And if you're a guy that you're a welder, or you're a
plumber,
fisher, whatever you're doing, and you're not out like socially all the time, where your job doesn't require you to be
if I'm welding in the ship all day, I ain't talking to anybody.
It really puts you kind of out of your comfort zone to have to go up and talk to a family and say, introduce yourself and what's going on, and then that was a blessing, just to see the interaction between the fellas and the moms and the kids.
Yeah. I'm going to play that video. I just pulled it up while you were talking. I'm going to, the one you shared. I'm going to play that real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to click here and bring that up. And that way the people can visually see here. Y'all won't see it over there, but it's going to go out live. Cool. Let's play this real quick.
This is the Fisher of Men. We've all paired up. All paired up with the Pascagoula Police Departments, law enforcement invested in teams, and Emmanuel Baptist Church. And from here, we're going to go Christmas shopping after we share a meal together. God is so good. This is the Fisher of Men.
Yeah, that right there.
We've all paired up.
A lot of people in that room right there.
Hey, Brady's, by the way, service was wonderful, dude.
They were food was
top
great.
Notch.
I heard it's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
We always say we don't go to Pascagoula enough.
Hey,
it's just like it's weird because all of our little counties run together, and it's like seven little counties, and like the Bay St. Louis is awesome and Pascagoula is awesome, but it's like I don't ever go that way. You know what I'm saying? Like Gills is right over the bridge. I'm driving to Gills. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all come eat in Pascagoula, please.
I've been to Brady's. It's great.
But,
also, too,
wonderful.
The owner of Brady's, he welcomed us with open arms.
Oh man,
and he already said
wants
next
to
year,
do it again.
He's like, come back. He was all about it.
Okay.
And Brady's is bi-level, two-story,
right.
And usually they will have, if you have a large group underneath, they'll set it up where you can have this. They said,
no way.
Mr. Brady said, no, come upstairs. We want you all to have the full experience.
VIP room.
With the great serving staff, the great food, the great environment.
Like these moms,
it was just wonderful. And
eaten somewhere like that before, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
some of them,
we're talking appetizers, entrees, and desserts. Man,
really.
It was wonderful. It's like sky's the limit. Enjoy yourself.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, a lot of these moms and a lot of these ladies that were there, and a lot of I always tell young ladies, want a man, not need a man.
Right.
There's a big difference.
Yep.
And I can't tell you enough. And it just comes from being a dad, a grandpa, and being a cop. You end up mentoring young people. Mm-hmm. You just do, if your heart's in the right place. But the fact is that sometimes you just have to give advice. But these young ladies, some of them are really wanting to improve their situation. And like Ocean Springs Hospital now has a medical school for like phlebotomy, RN, LPNs, things like that. And that's a great opportunity for a lot of moms to get in there to where they can make good money and be able to support themselves and their kids when they can't count on somebody else.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's just the fact that a lot of the lower incomes, man, are single moms trying to raise kids on their own. And
they get trapped. They get trapped in a lifestyle they can't get out.
Well, like
they do.
You can't go to college or even when you're talking about when you got 1, 2, 3 kids that you got to be responsible for. Yeah.
It's difficult. And they're depending on their ages, you know, and listen, life's not fair.
Right.
And life's not easy, you know, but it's all in what we make of it. And when you can truly do for others, man, it comes back to you in so many ways. And I can't say enough about the opportunity, like these guys, to be able to mentor possibly some of these young people that wasn't there before, but now they got somebody they can lean into because they met them at dinner, and then they went Christmas shopping with them.
Yeah, it's not like a one-time deal. We're sponsoring them families, so like we gave them our numbers.
Yeah,
like,
But
reach out if you need anything.
These moms literally are used to men wanting something from them or expecting something from them, and the Fishers of Men stepped up and said, "Hey, we want nothing from you. Just enjoy the meal, and we want you to have less stress when it comes to the Christmas present. We want your kids to feel blessed. And you know what? And if you have any interest, you want to hear about God, man, we'd love to talk with you, pray with you, and everything." Yeah. I want to say one thing though. Like last night when we were all said and done, there was probably 15, 20 of us right in the middle of Walmart about 10 o'clock last night, right in the front of Walmart. All these big burly men, all in a circle, hugging each other and praying. It was awesome.
It was powerful, man.
It was awesome. You know what I mean? And that goes with that ego thing, checking your ego at the door and just giving it to God. And
well, I think that's cool what y'all are doing that way. But I think the first step of getting into a church is to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like when you walk in and everybody's in like a suit and tie, and I just got off work and I'm dirty. I got a big old burly beard, tattoos all over. I'm not accepted.
The Bible study that night. We were in our work clothes, muddy, tore up clothes,
and everybody's come as you are. I go to a different church. I go to Mosaic, and honestly, real churches, man, are not going to judge you. No. And come as you are,
and that goes for
man.
any denomination, truthfully.
Exactly. And I'm just like, come get your pray on.
Right. Well, that's Brandon, right? Brandon? Yeah, he's been on the show. We did the Christmas series when they did it at the Coliseum.
Yes.
I mean, Christmas, I'm sorry, Easter.
That was huge.
Christmas now.
Yeah.
That was huge. That was, either go big or go home.
That's right.
And they did big.
And
they went big.
Man.
You mentioned something a minute ago, too, about a lot of these women, they always men expecting something from them. I bet it's hard for them to believe that you don't have an agenda, right?
Dude, I'll be honest. Like the family we sponsored, like I took their plates out their way. Like I was like I was just showing them. I was helping. Like the waiter.
Simple things about, hey, put your napkin on your lap.
You know
what I mean?
Stuff like that.
And that's just paying it forward, and it truly takes a village.
Yes.
And
life, community, right? That's community.
Exactly.
Life is a we thing. It's not a me thing.
That's correct. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No. We've had a few comments come in, and I want to thank everybody. I'm gonna go down the list real quick. Josh, Nick, Joshua, Matt again, and then Colby just asked, and that's why I wanted to interject it here real quick. Info on how to enter the tournament. So I got a bunch of more questions about everything that's going on.
We're gonna get to that.
Let's go ahead and give it to him right now. So I'll flash the flyer back up. Do y'all have that?
I got.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I read this out at the beginning of the show, but for y'all that are joining us now, this is the first annual Fishing for Toys presented by the Fishers of Men Bible Study, which is what we've been talking about.
And Emmanuel Baptist Church.
Correct. Okay. And so the tournament will be held December the 20th. You start fishing at 12:01 a.m., which is standard for a fishing tournament. And the fishing ends at 6 p.m.
Correct.
Scales are open from 5 to 6. So actually you should stop fishing before 6 to get to the scales.
Yeah.
And then winners will be announced at 7 p.m. This will all be held at Saltwater Fabricators, correct? Which is in Ocean Springs. And
the captain's meeting is going to be at the Bayou.
Okay, that's the day before. That's December the 19th at 5 p.m. So it's $50 and an unwrapped toy, right? That's the important part.
Boy, girl, or whatever your
gender neutral or whatever you want to do.
Whatever.
We have to be able to see it.
One size fits all.
Yeah. So.
and that's the cost. And then the prizes we said earlier: $1,000 first place, $550 second place, $150 for third place.
Yep.
How do they register right now if they want to fish this tournament?
If you want to register right now, go to Saltwater Fabrications, and we can set you up, pre-register there
In person.
in person.
Okay.
Or the captain's meeting. We're gonna have like Mr. Danny and them. That normally they do the shootout, the cobia shootout.
Right.
We go up there to Yahoo's or whatever, Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Yeah, we go up there, and most everybody I know, we all wait and register at the last minute. You know what I mean?
You want to see who walks through the door.
Like, I don't know, man.
What's the weather looking like?
Yeah, exactly. But
my email's on the bottom down there.
Toby's got his email.
I'm gonna read it real quick. It's Toby
Terrio. That's my last name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would have definitely messed that up. I'm glad you got that. I was looking. I was like, it's like Toby is that Riot? That's not right.
The Riot.
Yeah, the Riot.
Yeah.
Toby Theriot, 2014 at gmail.com. Thank you for helping me.
Therio.
It's
Therio. That's a little touch of coon ass in there.
You got a little
cool.
And also I will say, we're basing this off of 100 entries, the prizes. But if more than 100 come, then we're going to bump it up. So the more people that come, and this is 100% nonprofit, all the money that's getting into the tournament is going to go right back out to pay out. So we're not taking any money. We're only just asking for the toys for donation for these kids. And we're just, really wanting to give this opportunity for people to fish a tournament. I know we used to have a lot of wintertime tournaments back in the day. Yeah. And, it's kind of thing of the past, but I figured, hey, this is perfect.
Start one up. So I'll ask a couple questions that we get all the time with our tournaments.
Yep.
Cash, card, can you take everything?
So we really want cash. We could probably do Venmo. I was thinking Venmo. We could do some Venmo. We'll probably set that up. We're probably gonna, Mr. Pat. We were gonna talk to him about kind of being our key holder for the money. Our bean counter.
Secretary.
Secretary for the money, since he's the man in blue, and everybody's
everybody trusts him.
Everybody trusts Pat. So we'll let him kind of hold on to everything, and then at the end of the captain's meeting, we'll count all the entries. And also, I wanted to, before I forgot, Ocean Springs Lumber donated buckets to us to hand out, and also Southern Salt Baits.
Okay.
They donated a pack of baits for each bucket for us to put in to give out.
Yeah.
And we're working on, we might end up with a couple more people that's going to put some stuff in the buckets to give out at the entry fee, kind of like Gorn Flows and stuff.
Right.
Get a bucket, and Mr. Kenny. I actually kind of got that idea from Mr. Kenny's tournament, Kenny De Niro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very well. We know that guy.
Yeah. I love Mr. Kenny, man.
We do too.
Great. Yeah.
Mr. Sunshine.
That's right.
Yeah. Dr. Death.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey, also too, you don't have to fish tournament to donate it.
No, if you want to donate a toy and you don't want to fish, you can't. You're not able.
You can go by Vincent's shop.
Or if you want to fish a tournament, you don't have a boat. Reach out to somebody. One of us at the tournament, we may have room.
Okay.
Put you on a boat.
Okay.
If you've never been fishing
did I
before.
remember the fish right? Sheephead, redfish, and trout.
Sheephead, redfish, trout.
That's like our tournaments. That's why we pick those. You can catch those from a pier and win.
Exactly. So you don't have to fish a boat. You
Yeah.
don't have to fish a tournament. Just if you want to donate a toy, you can drop it off Pascagoula Police Department.
Yes.
Or at
Vincent's shop.
Saltwater Fabrications, the shop.
Okay. I put the email address in the comments. It looks like it only went through on YouTube. Facebook blocked it for some reason. I'm not sure, but it's on the flyer. Send us a message or whatever. It'll be linked in the audio podcast on this as well. So did you have
it's individial anglers, not both.
Individual
Everybody
anglers,
has to be individual.
yes.
And is the captain's meeting mandatory? Do you have to go to the captain's meeting?
We want it to kind of be mandatory.
Okay.
It's our first time. That way we can try to get everything right, but if for some reason you can't make it,
Get in touch with one of y'all.
Get in touch with one of us. We'll be glad to meet up with you or get you down to Vincent's shop and get you set up and registered over there.
I also I created an event on Facebook, so I'll share it to all y'all.
Yeah.
Is it already out there?
I can.
I'll look for it while
And
we're
Vincent's got a pile of parking at his shop, right?
He's got plenty of room there.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the final tournament.
Can they, if they bring a boat? This is just questions we get all the time. If they're bringing a boat, can they bring it to the weigh-in?
Yeah, I mean, out front there's plenty of parking, So I mean, we'll definitely try to accommodate in any way we can. I'm sure Vincent's open to helping in any way. So we'll definitely
he's been a rock star.
Yeah.
Would it be in the group, the Fishers of Men group, that event shared?
No, I think he made it just in a regular.
I just made it through my personal. Let me see.
All right, one last thing. Redfish, is it biggest or slot?
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do is biggest redfish, but I'll make an announcement at the captain's meeting if anybody wants to do a Calcutta for slot
redfish.
Okay. Go. So be it. If you want to, come talk to me or find Toby or somebody that's putting the tournament on, and we'll make an announcement.
We'll do it after.
That's fine. We'll definitely get that done for sure. Because I know a lot of people. Like Mr. Kenny. He it's biggest redfish, but he also has the side for and that's totally fine too.
Okay. Who made y'all's flyer?
That man right there.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paige Jones said, "Wow, what an awesome flyer." I didn't know if she.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured she might have something to do with it.
Yeah. They were involved in that.
Okay. So that's great. People need to get on that. Fish it. Donate a toy, even if you're not going to fish the tournament.
Exactly.
This is an absolute great cause.
Yep.
But going back to what you guys are doing outside of that tournament, because I still had a couple. You mentioned something too that I think is super important that I experienced in my life, not through what y'all are doing, but through some other stuff. A lot of us hang out, whether it's like our friend group or what we do at work, and you hang around the same people. Maybe you're not introduced, or you don't talk to people that aren't in your little bubble, right? Whether that's your social bubble, your political bubble, your religious bubble, or whatever it is, right? When you're involved with a group, whatever that group may be, and you kind of start interacting with people from different walks of life, I think it is extremely important to do that, because you get to see what other opinions are. And I don't even, again, just mean politically or even religious, but just different takes on things, and you get an interesting perspective. Exactly.
Politics too. You know? I mean, it's all the way around.
Yeah. I think that's a really good thing. And you're saying you're noticing that at this group?
Yeah. These guys, man, like I said, when I say they come from all different types of backgrounds, you're talking from preachers to felons,
lawyers,
right,
lawyers and ditch diggers,
I mean, it's just the truth, man.
Yeah.
And there's
a good way
absolutely judgment free, because we're all brothers, period.
At the end of the day,
and we're all on the same team.
Yeah. At our jiu-jitsu academy is what I was referencing personally. Everybody's different. They all do different stuff. And it's one of the things in my life where I'm not hanging around the same people. It's so much different.
That's how we do it.
And what's cool about it is, I think, you mentioned at the beginning of the show, like you had a health issue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew them before this group or not.
Nah, a little bit. Not as much
but
as
it's just kind of cool, like to be able to say, like, let me pick your brain on this, because you do this profession where I don't really know anybody else in that profession if it wasn't for a group like that.
So
or
now you're
just
networking.
Those kind of things. You know what I mean? I think it's awesome.
It is. It's
just, man, God's always got a plan.
Right.
It's a fact.
Well, like
and it just
last
comes
night,
together.
This is kind of a testimony thing that I'll contest to from last night. We ended up spending a little more money than we were supposed to. My wife called me today while I was at work and was like, "Hey, man, just want to let you know that somebody called me and they're giving us $1,000 for Christmas." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "What? All right, who?" And she didn't tell me. I was like, "All right, whatever." So like, God literally just the money I spent last night.
Gave it back
to me. You know what I mean? I'm like,
that's a blessing.
I was like, "What?" That's
really
crazy.
good.
But
So if I'm wanting to join the congregation, all I got to do is pull up to when y'all are doing it. Just walk in the door, start
6
shaking
p.m.
hands, introduce yourself.
Oh, we didn't say that. It's Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, Tuesday at Fountain Blue Community Center, next to Vincent Shop, in
Next to
between
the fire station.
The fire station.
Yeah.
Picture
right next
this
to the fire
though,
station.
a bunch of the thing that struck me the most is everybody had a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the cool part was when we weren't in the Fountain Blue Rec Center, I think that's what we call it.
Yes, sir.
We actually had one at Vince's shop, you know, and it was just a bunch of pickup trucks backed up with the tailgates down. These guys are cooking, and everybody's just chopping up, talking.
Yeah.
And it was great because everybody was just relaxed. They were just being themselves, having real conversation about real life issues, about what it's like to be a man, and what it's like to, what kind of men do we want to be for our spouses, our partners, our friends, our kids. And it really puts things into perspective, and it really encourages you to be a better man, all for, a direct reflection on Christ.
What is it?
right.
Y'all help me out, guys. I'm gonna butcher this. And Joel
No, you're good.
Joel, you listen.
Joel.
You help us out?
Wish he was here.
2 to 3 people
Make
together
a church.
make
yeah.
a church, right?
Yes,
and God
yeah.
says, "I am
That's
there."
2 or more.
Right.
2 or
Yeah,
more.
2 or more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So there
That's
you
a
go.
fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And
And
to know that we have upwards of 60 guys sometimes,
Yeah.
because not everybody's available.
Right.
People have different work schedules. We got firemen, police officers,
Right.
all walks of life, like Mr. Pat said.
Has anybody from the program that you're doing through the police department, which is what y'all did
Mhm.
last night, has any of those people came to the Bible study crossover there?
I'm hoping I can get. I want them to do it on their own.
Correct.
But,
Absolutely.
Most of the adults that we're dealing with are single moms or grandmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
But
Yeah,
but
I understand.
I was even
There are
referencing some of the kids.
There are some young men
Men, yeah.
that I'd like to see come. They need it just so they could be around men that are making good choices and decisions.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
because they're not
Yeah.
they're not exposed to that. You don't know what you don't know.
Correct.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
if you're not seeing that, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I had a young lady come to my office today that I'm really proud of. She lives in the housing, but she is so strong-willed. She had to drop out of high school, I think, to go get a job, to be honest with you.
Jesus.
Help out with the
Happens all
family.
the time.
And this young lady is amazing. She wants to go into the Air Force. She's going through a GED program right
Yes.
now. Went and got her GED book so she could practice. She promised she would stay away from weed.
Yep.
I mean, so
Yeah.
many people smoke.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is
Yeah.
what
It's
it is.
legal now.
Yeah.
But-
Not for the military.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But I was like, you can't smell like it. You can't be around it. They call it loud for a reason.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't know that.
You got around high school
Yeah.
every day,
Yeah.
man. Come hang out with me all the time. Yeah.
but she is making conscious choices,
Right.
And wasn't able to do it last night, but I was able to get her. My wife and I were able to get her a laptop this morning,
That's
Wow.
cool.
Wow.
so that she could study for the ASVAB.
Mhm.
She's doing great on the GED, and she wants to go in the Air Force, and she wants to get out of here. She wants to go do something with her life and go be amazing.
How old is she?
And she's 17,
Jesus. That's awesome.
and
That's awesome. She doesn't probably
and
even
she's about to turn
realize-
18.
No.
This young lady had been in through CPS programs. She's been through
as a child.
yes,
Yeah, we heard some stories, man. And I was
And
like, wow.
she is not letting her circumstances
Correct.
dictate her
Correct.
future.
And that's the kind of stuff
A
we need
lot
to
of people
highlight.
do.
I think
Facts.
in the news,
Everything.
in the media,
Yeah.
everything. Because look, you mentioned it at the beginning of this. You had a good hand. You got dealt a good hand.
Yeah.
I know I did,
Yeah.
like way better than I deserved.
Way
But like,
better.
there are the people that got the shit hands, and I think a lot of times there's a narrative there that being a victim is
Easy.
easy.
Yeah,
I don't.
easy.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's cool. Sometimes it's like, yeah, you're a victim, and that's all you'll ever be. It's like, no, that's not the case.
No.
like
Yeah.
it sucks,
It-
and you're gonna have to work harder
it
than
is.
maybe other people did, but you can get out of that.
Exactly.
And one of the big things I really like to express to especially young people, but also these moms, is I'll be honest with you. If I'm giving you 110%, I expect you to give me 110%.
Exactly.
That means I need effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you give me bare ass minimum,
I'm
Right.
not wasting my time.
I'm giving you nothing.
Yeah.
because
I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask that.
you can't be mediocre. You can't just be average. You just can't be stagnant, and just day in, day out, repeat the same thing. You've got to work hard or harder than everybody else to get out of here.
Harder.
But it can be done.
Harder.
But it can be done. And I really respect, even these moms, man, check their egos at the door because, it's hard with our pride to ask for help
For sure.
or even
Yeah.
take help. And it's not because, we're trying to make them feel a certain way at all.
Mhm.
It's
It was
because,
just an
man,
act of kindness.
we
really. That's-
we are blessed and you are blessing us as well.
Correct.
And the blessings went both ways.
Mhm.
Just the conversations and the opportunities. I would like to thank a couple businesses
Go
in
ahead.
Pascagoula, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with the LIT program, which I'd love to see other police departments get involved with, and some of them have their own type of program, but called it LIT because LIT's kind of a cool,
Yeah.
cool thing. Law enforcement,
Yeah.
Law
Oh, it's
enforcement
lit, bro.
invested in
It's lit,
teens.
bro. It's lit, bro. It's lit.
It's lit.
Yeah.
Law enforcement invested in teens.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Because the funny thing is that we got blasted on social media for so many years, that we're just terrible and awful.
Yeah.
And
Specifically Pascagoula?
no, law
Law
enforcement.
enforcement
Okay,
in
okay,
general,
okay,
yeah.
But here is an opportunity where we're actually
Mhm.
trying to help mentor
Mhm.
and fill a void or a gap so we can give guidance and we can give leadership and we can give support to young people and so that they can see how to make better choices and decisions. When how it typically works is I meet with a mom or a guardian or a parent or a grandmother and at the office, and I talk to them, and usually because they think that there's something going on or disrespect with the teenager, but I'll listen to them. And I know my officers pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And all my officers that are involved in the LIT program are all volunteers. They choose to do it. They're not mandated to do it. They do it because they want to. And
Right.
a lot of it's because they come from the same place and they understand.
Yeah.
Game recognizes game.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I'm able to listen to them and see what's going on, what the dynamic is with the family, and then I pair them up with a cop. If it's a male, I pair them up with a male officer. If it's a female, I pair them up with a female officer. No confusion, no
Yeah,
question.
something
Right,
like
right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
And then once a month, they will come to they'll meet their cop at the station. They'll go to Lenny's. Lenny's is awesome. They are so supportive of the community. I can't say enough about them. And if anybody wants a lesson on customer service in the retail side, go to Lenny's.
Go to
Man.
Lenny's.
They're amazing. But Lenny's will provide the lunch. The officer and the teenager will sit down and they'll just chop it up and they have a conversation, and it's entirely, they just go with the flow. And at the end of the lunch, if everything's good, they can exchange numbers. And then they take them back to the station, and they go home with their parent.
Mm-hmm.
If everything's in the future, if they're going through something, or they want to talk about something, or they want some advice, or they just want to say, "Hey, I got a good grade on something,"
Mm-hmm.
they can call their cop and lean into their cop.
Yeah.
And or hey, I'm going through some stuff at school, and what do you think I should do? Because they get to that point where they have that relationship where they can talk about it, and they've been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not going to tell them, give them bad advice. They're going to give them honest advice, and that's where the win is.
Do you are a lot of the Pascagoula Police Department, would you say, are from the community?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, a lot of us, like I'm not originally from Mississippi. I came out of here like 2 days after Katrina.
Okay.
And
Transplant.
yes.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, never
Yes.
thought I'd be from
Thank you.
Mississippi.
Yeah, baby.
But let me tell you, man, God's always got a plan. I'm so freaking thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Where
were you
it is
prior?
so good. Texas.
Okay. That's
And
that's-
born
that's
raised
still cool.
That's respectful.
Yeah, it's still
California
cool.
and all over.
Yeah.
But the fact is that you just, man, you never know what God's got in plan for you, and you just got to give it to him and let it happen. But going back to the kids and all the fellas, though, it's awesome opportunity, because if I could see these guys being able to mentor some of these young men and even some of these young women, just so they have somebody they can lean into or maybe relate to, or maybe even, look, college is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
College is not for everybody.
Mhm.
Sometimes trade schools for somebody.
A bunch.
They're all just as important.
Everything I'm
Military.
hearing right now is saying that the blue collar jobs are fixing to explode,
Yes.
Yeah.
and a lot of white collar jobs are about to disappear.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
AI's going to kill them all
Yes,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when
that's
you,
what I'm referring.
when you got fellas though that do those jobs already and are really good at it,
right.
these guys are all 110%ers. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and they're able to be an example or a role model for a young person that wants to get where they're at,
Mm-hmm.
and they can lean into them and say, man, you're not much different than I was, or I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
Or just to get good advice, and good guidance or support. Or the thing I can say is just telling them, hey, I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
huge.
You don't.
Sure.
People
They
don't
don't get
realize how far that goes, especially if
get
you've
it.
never heard
Well,
it.
yeah, and
right?
another thing, like
Yes.
these kids, man, they're our future,
Right.
they're our society and public.
are.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So we want to try to teach them that You don't have to be bad.
Yeah,
But
because we're trying to retire. We're trying to retire, man.
Yeah,
They gotta
like-
get out there and do
like,
some
I want-
fun. They
I
gotta
want
get out there and
these kids-
retire.
May 1st.
Yeah, right.
Like I want to be able to sit there and you come cut my grass one day. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
There you go.
that's
What if so we talked about the tournament. It's the 20th of December, 19th is the captain's meeting. What about people that want to experience or are they hesitant, whatever, Fishers and Men, how do they go about this? I know the Facebook group. That might be a good kind of way to
Facebook
digitally
group
kind of start seeing
or,
what's going on, right?
You know, like me, Tyler Smith, I'm
See
on
if I can pull that
Facebook. If reach out to anybody
or
that
just show
you see,
up.
just show up,
hang
Show
out.
up, man,
Yeah,
and get a plate of this awesome
Yeah.
food.
I'm about to
these
say
guys
the
cook.
worst thing that can happen is you get a whole plate of catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean potato nuts. You know what I mean? Like who don't like free potato nuts?
True.
You know what
There's
I mean?
there's some young dudes coming too, and
Yeah, we got a bunch of
from
young
different
guys.
backgrounds.
Yeah.
And it's like, on the outside looking in, the optics, you're like, man, they don't quite fit together. But man,
Don't have
when
like
you bring us in a room,
Like Mr. Pat
we all
was
fit
saying,
together,
You know,
right?
like some of these guys, they're fresh out of jail, and they're coming and they're lost. They've been in jail for 10, 15 years, some of them, and they want to get out and they want to do right. And, they don't really know which way to go. They don't have a house to live in. They're
Man, I want to give you an example.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
going to say any names.
Yeah, I was going to
No,
ask
no.
that too.
I'm not going to
glad
say
you
any
brought that up.
names, but
yeah.
just probably about a month or so ago, we actually had our Fishers and Men meeting outside,
Yep.
and everybody's pretty talkative and just talking and everything. And I see this guy, man, he's mean mugging me. He's sitting in his truck, he's just
Yeah.
mean mugging me.
Now,
Seriously.
as a cop, you're like, did I arrest this guy? Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
But I recognize that I can't help it. It's like when I go to a restaurant, I can't stop just
Analyzing the
noticing-
room.
I
Yeah.
notice
what's going
everything.
on.
Yeah.
And I wish I could turn it off, but
Yeah.
the noise is always there.
Yeah.
But and I'm like, man, if it wasn't the setting that we're in, though, I would not have paid attention to it and just kind of blew it off and just whatever, dude.
Right.
But I see this guy's got this, man, he's mean mugging me, and he knows I'm a cop. I think I was in uniform that day.
You were, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I just went up to him. I walked up to him. I said, man, I don't know if you know me or I know you or you've been a customer of mine.
Customer.
Or,
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever it is, I don't know what's going on. And he says, man, it's really not you. And I love asking people, are you mad at me
Or
or,
the
are you mad at the badge?
Yeah.
It's just- yeah.
And it's usually the badge,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what he
Uh,
said, actually. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he said, man, I've been in prison a long time. And you're talking a convict. You're not talking an inmate.
Correct.
You're not talking a prisoner. You're talking about a convict. Let me tell you something. This convict who got out of prison, there's a big this word's hard for me. Recidivism.
Recidivism.
Yeah, recidivism.
There you go. It's like saying cinnamon.
It's but harder.
Cinnamon roll.
Recidivism. Yeah,
But
not easy.
there's a big population once you've been to prison and you've been indoctrinated
Yeah,
into that. A
you know
lot of time you
another
end up going
You're,
back.
you don't know
what is that?
it.
Institutionalized.
And
yeah.
he is this guy, man. He was just saved. It turns out he was just saved probably a month or so earlier.
In prison, do you know, or was it
No,
out? Okay.
out of
Okay,
prison.
Okay.
Outside. Yeah.
And he knew some of the guys real well from growing up that were Fishers and Men there.
Okay.
And so whether he liked it or not, we're brothers.
Right.
But we started
Sure,
talking,
both,
and he just, man, he finally is like, I'm sorry. Everything in me has been taught to not like
you're
you.
the-
You're the
yeah.
ops, as the
Yeah.
kids would say. You're the ops.
Yeah.
But you're the issue. And I said, well, we start talking, and next thing you know, he's like, man, Mr. Pat. I don't know why everybody's calling me Mr. Pat. My name's Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick.
But it makes me feel
It's
so
respect.
old.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I know
Respect. That's
so
right.
much.
And when people call me Mister too, I'm like, you don't have to do that for me, dude. What are you doing? I'm young still. I'm young.
I feel like,
Yeah.
but man,
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
but we start talking though, and it's like, dude, I'm proud of you, you're out, and I'm just telling him I'm proud of him, and I said, whatever you done, man, look, you can't dwell in the past because it's toxic. If you dwell on something, you can't go back and change it. But what you can do is you learn from it, you make adjustments, and that's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has made mistakes and gone through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just use things as an opportunity, as a teaching moment, and you don't dwell in it, don't dwell.
Yeah.
Like toxic is toxic.
Get rid of that crutch.
You can't change it. But if you do something better and you make some better moves in the future because of your lesson learned, man, that's a win. And like I was telling him, I was so proud of him that he was working. Here's this guy, a convicted felon. He's out working.
That's right.
Every day,
that's
working
tough.
his tail off too.
Yeah, as a felon too, right?
Man, I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it in his hands and his face and his clothes. This dude's working hard for a living. Much respect. That's effort to me.
Mhm.
That's one of those 110 percenters.
Yep.
I'll pour into a 110 percenter.
Right.
And the next thing you know, man, he and I are like BFFs. You know, we broke that stigma and you know that.
All the preconceived notions,
man,
who you are. And
He-
what
My
you're-
cop friend over here.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Hey.
he's talking to me. I'm
That's my
talking
cop
to
friend
my cop
over
buddy.
here.
But
Yeah,
and we were just talking, and we're just, man. He's like, so when I see him at the meetings,
Mhm.
you know, at our men's group meetings, he's so happy to see me. I'm happy to see him just as much as I'm happy to see these guys.
Right.
You know, because we're all on the same team for the same reason. And just a reminder, hey, everybody can make mistakes. Another thing I like to tell, and I'm sorry if I'm talking too much.
No, bro.
One thing I love to tell
Oh,
my
yeah.
young officers though, because you know, I have to mentor them. And you know, and how you learn is through trial and error and experience. But I like to explain to them, hey, especially when they just get out of the academy, and you know, everybody's got different backgrounds. But I like to tell them, you know, these homeless people that you're dealing with. Let me tell you something. It just takes 6 months for you to go from where you're at right now to where they're at.
Yep.
And that could be your own choices and decisions
Or not.
or have
Yeah.
nothing to do with you at all.
That's right.
But you could be there. So treat people accordingly. And
Yeah.
that's why polite and courteous is a big thing to me.
Sure.
When
I
we're
love
dealing with
it.
folks.
I love it.
But those are the facts. But Lenny's, I wanted to give props out to Lenny's. They are so supportive. Brady's amazing. El Punto is an amazing restaurant. The lady that owns El Punto started in an apartment making plates on the struggle bus, just trying to feed her kids.
Mhm.
And she did so well. Now she owns a restaurant and she
Grinding.
feeds half of
Yeah.
Chevron. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of people like that. That's impressive. And she's made herself available to mentor young ladies,
Mhm.
you know, because if she can do it, they can do it.
That's the thing. People
And
just need
putting people
advice.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts. And Bozos. Bozos has been wonderful
Oh,
to
yeah,
us as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just can't say enough. When you go to the community and they're willing to help you out,
Mhm.
and especially when you're dealing with like kids or programs like the LIT program,
Doing something right.
all right, and Fishers of Men, man, it took 2 seconds for them to say we're in,
We're in. Yeah.
and I was just blown away. I was like, I was just thinking it, and here we are.
Yep.
And it's great to see
It's-
something
it's-
put into practice. It takes effort, but they did it.
It's important to highlight those businesses in the community too, because we had Lost Pizza in here. They were doing some killer stuff for one of their employees that got hurt.
Perkins, big supporter.
Okay.
That dude, man, he'll mentor young men in there. Mr. Perkins, junior and senior,
Okay.
50 something years in the business, hard work, right?
Mhm.
He will mentor some young men in there, like, hey, you know, putting tires on
right.
rims and stuff like that,
Yeah.
by teaching them a trade.
Right.
You know, but people like that in the community that are willing to put themselves out there and take a minute to explain the why to people,
Mhm.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I love it. I have two questions. I don't know if you got anything else.
No, go ahead.
The first one I wanted to say was we talked about it's every Tuesday or first Tuesday?
Every Tuesday.
Every
single
Tuesday at what time?
Yes, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yep.
Okay. And when you come to one of these meetings, what's kind of the format?
So basically, come in, man. We're gonna get the food blessed. Joel's gonna speak a little bit, and we'll bless the food. Everybody gets a plate of food, go sit down, kind of commingle a little bit, eat,
Okay.
chop it up some. Once we're done, Joel will get into the word. Normally, if we got something to say, like Mr. Pat putting on the lit program,
Just Pat. It's just Pat.
It's just
Yeah.
Patrick.
Patrick at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick.
So he'll get up and he'll speak and say whatever he needs to say, and then like I got up a couple times and talked about the tournament, kind of let everybody in the group know
New
what's
business,
going on.
old business.
Right.
Yeah, you know, and then Joel will get up there and we'll pray over the service, and we'll get into basically Joel is just hammering down,
a scripture, a piece of scripture. Okay.
Yeah, he's just hammering down on the book and, where we need to be in life and how we need to become better men. We need to be fishers of men. We need to let go of the reins, let God take care of everything.
It's interactive though.
That was
it is interactive.
Like at the end of the service, I forgot about this before I forget. Joel normally likes to let us get into groups of 3 to 5, 6 people. And we'll all kind of sit there and we'll just tell each other our problems. We'll open up to one another.
Have something to talk to.
And compare life notes.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a brotherhood.
That's cool to be small groups because that can be intimidating to some people, especially the ones who probably need it most.
Exactly.
It'd be most intimidating to do,
And we've had, I want to say, at least 6 or 7 people that's been saved so far in the short period of time that we've been doing it. About 7 guys.
That's 7 souls, right?
7 souls.
Right.
And a lot of times, your struggles are not different than somebody else's, or somebody else's. Like, hey, I went through that and I made it out okay.
Exactly.
Right.
There's light at the end of the tunnel. I got you. You know what I mean?
Everybody's in a different chapter.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
What did these usually run? 6 to
normally
whatever,
6 to 7:30.
Okay.
Give or take.
About an hour and a half.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll get a little over.
When Joel gets fired up.
Joel gets fired up.
The Holy Spirit's working.
Yeah.
Or the fish are really good.
Yeah.
Hey, the fish are great. I will give another good shout out for the fish. We been getting the fish over at Julian's Fayard here. We've been getting our fish there. Fayard's right there on Washington Avenue. Julian's a great guy. He gave us a great deal.
Y'all did do some chicken strips too, didn't you?
Oh, no, not yet. No, we went straight from hamburgers to fish.
That's what it was.
We stepped it up a little bit. But Julian, he's a great guy. He hooks us up, make sure we got what we need.
Okay. My last question before we wrap things up is I feel like for me personally, I see more now. I feel like the needle's moving towards Jesus, the Lord, the gospel, becoming at least discussed more, right? And I feel like there's a lot of light being shined on a lot of stuff. Like you look at Hollywood being exposed, all these people that
used to
music,
be against it.
Well, no. What I'm saying with that. But I'm saying people that maybe we all looked up to that you realize whether they're an entertainer, whether they're a politician, whether they're this or that. And it's wow, y'all were not, this was not right for a long time. Charlie Kirk was a big kind of wake up call for everybody.
It opened me up a lot, man. Like I didn't even know that guy. My wife, I didn't even know she got tickets for us to go to Ole Miss to go view him, in his.
He didn't make it,
and I'm like, man.
Charlie Kirk was special.
I do too. I think that too. We've talked about
special.
that on the show already. For me, it was a big kind of slap in the face. Like, whoa.
He was special.
Right.
We kind of got a target on our backs being Christians. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like what stories you may or may not know from the Bible or whatever, but you hear, obviously the Lord works through people.
Exactly.
And you hear about martyrs, right? And what a martyr truly is. I think that was like one of our recent times, social media time that something like that happened.
Everybody's going to remember where they were when that happened.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're not bad people, man. We're just trying to live righteous and, open the book and read it. It's an instruction book for life. How to live a good life.
Follow them. Don't just throw the instructions in trash. Follow the instructions.
As hard as it is.
I used to tell people all the time, even if you're an atheist or non-believer, or you're just looking for a way to live a good life, or you need a rule book, read that book.
Yeah.
And it'll give you the answers. And I promise you, though, by the time you're done,
see the light.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only thing I've ever seen make significant impact change on people's lives that were struggling. And some it's for life, and then some turn away and then come back, because we still have free will no matter what, right? So it's complex.
But
that was like
how go ahead.
Pull your mic in just a little bit. I think I got kicked up. Yeah.
That was like at one of our last sessions at church. We had a guest pastor come in, and he said that the statistic states that in the United States there's only 18% of Christians that are open about it. That will tell you I am a Christian.
Yeah. Right. And I feel like maybe that's a little bit, it's changing a little bit. I think it's, I don't know, at least in my feed, I'm seeing it more. I feel like people are talking about it on the news.
As a Christian, it's your job to bring everybody else to Jesus.
Exactly. Right? That's what we're doing. We're trying to, draw everybody to us and be fishers of men and just, want to help families. We want to help other men that are struggling with marriage, their kids,
life choices,
just
decision
everything.
making.
It just stuck with me, 18%.
It's a low number, right?
It's not a whole lot.
No, not at all.
18% is nothing.
Yeah.
And the best way for us to lead people to Christianity, though, is like the Holy Spirit. It's not forcing it down through somebody's throat and pushing you. Hey,
kindness,
you need to show up or else. Or it's how we act and conduct ourselves, and people they perceive us, they see us act in a certain way. Or, man, hey, Patrick, why do you act like that? Or why are you always so happy? Or why are you so eager to help others? Or
and also
why
you're
at peace?
You're human,
right?
Like, because I think a lot of people going back to like not feeling welcome have either had an experience like you're talking about, where people talk down to them, or I'm better than you because I believe this and you don't, and you're not there yet. It's like that's not
why we're here. We're here to help you through the problems that we may have went through at one time,
or we're going through right now.
Or I would assume too, maybe 1 week or 1 month or 1 year, you're the one helping, and then at any moment of time, you're the one getting help, right?
Exactly. That's it. Yeah. You never know whenever you're going to need the help.
Yeah.
No. It's pretty cool, man. And when you see all these big burly guys hugging each other, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
They're just sharing the love and just like checking our egos at the door, though, man. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
Our pride and our egos getting away so much, for sure.
Yeah. We're going to try to do some more with this too, the tournament stuff, like in the summertime.
Okay.
We're talking. We're going to try to do something in the summertime for like a youth thing.
I got a feeling,
kind of like Freddie's.
I got a feeling this ain't going to be a one-off.
We got some plans. We got some plans. We're kicking around.
We got it going.
I was going to mention to you guys, I also thought it'd be pretty cool if we could take a bunch of kids and their moms to some like a Shuckers game or something.
Like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We did a little bit of that a few months ago, and that was good with the LIT program.
I remember when I was growing up in D'Iberville, we had summer camp. And when I went to summer camp, we went fishing.
Yeah, went to the movies. We went to the movies,
parks, bowling. And we don't really have that anymore. Like that's
everything's online.
Yeah, everything's online. So we need to get these kids,
if they haven't experienced something, they don't know. If you haven't, just now we have Amtrak going to New Orleans and back. Yeah. How cool would that be to load up Amtrak with some kids and their families and take them on a train ride where you get to see all this stuff that's around you that you've never seen before.
Yeah, they've never even left town.
You go to the museum or whatever.
Too, we had talked to Mr. Pat. He's got a couple officers that have never been fishing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
they want to go too.
Really?
Let me tell you.
Okay.
I know a guy.
Yeah, we might come in.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we appreciate y'all's time. Thank y'all for coming in here. It's a great thing that y'all are doing. We've shared the flyer on here. I've linked it to the best of my ability in the comments. It'll be linked in the audio and all this, and we'll be sharing the stuff out too. December the 20th. Go fish the tournament. Donate a toy, and if you're not going to fish a tournament, just donate a toy anyway, right?
Yeah.
Man, and if you're at all, just curious about Fishers of Men, just come check it out. We're just a bunch of dudes, man, getting together, but and everybody's going to welcome you. And there is absolutely zero judgment there at all.
There you go.
Come get some world famous catfish.
That's right. These guys can cook. That's right.
Yeah.
What better of an evening than that? So thank you all again. Thanks everybody that watched on the live and on the replays here. The audio people as well. If you haven't downloaded our app, go do that. You can get all these episodes right inside the app. You don't have to fight the algorithm. So if y'all keep tuning in, we'll keep doing them.